Once you go through a divorce as a man, you have to face this negative stigma that automatically gets attached to you. That you are the problem, you are the reason why your divorce happened in the first place, that you carry a lot of baggage and drama that makes you undesirable to society, and that ultimately you are a failure. And this can keep you stuck in a place of despair, hopelessness, and depression for a long period of time. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case at all, and that you actually can turn your life around completely, do a whole 180, and have a brighter future ahead of you and start thriving in this next chapter in your life. When I look back to 5 years ago, I never would have imagined that I would be in the current place that I'm in. I'm in the best physical shape in my entire life. I have a group of friends, my family, my kids, my relationships with all of them are the strongest that it's ever been. And I have such a positive outlook in the years to come that I'm excited for what the future has in store for me and my family and everyone that cares about me. And for all you men out there, you know that we age like a fine wine. So it's exciting to know that it is possible to thrive again in life as long as you focus on these 3 areas I'm going to share with you in today's video. So the first area that you want to focus on is your physical health, your body. Your body should be your temple. It should be the foundation that everything else is built upon. You've probably seen many stories where men have accumulated wealth and freedom, but aren't able to enjoy it to the fullest because their body doesn't allow them to do it, whether it be physical ailments or even, unfortunately, some diseases that have taken over. And so you don't want to sacrifice your health in order to gain wealth and freedom. Focus on your health as one of your primary goals and as your foundation of which everything else is built upon. You could focus on your health in a few different ways, or your physical health in a few different ways. You can play sports, you can do a physical activity like going hiking or doing yoga. For me, my preference is going to the gym and building muscle. There's a reason why I specifically like using the gym to build your body as your temple. Number one, it teaches you humility. Those of you who've been on a fitness journey for quite some time, you know that part of this journey is learning how to accept your limitations at any given point in time, and that just because you're limited for that day doesn't mean you're not going to be able to surpass it on another day. And I think that's a very important lesson that you need to learn about yourself, learning when to accept your limitations and when to fight another day, because eventually you will continue to improve as long as you stay consistent and have discipline on the path. So that's the second reason why I like the gym, is that it also helps you develop your own discipline around managing your own physical health. I've had many ups and downs on my fitness journey where I've made gains, I've taken a break, could be a few days, could be a week, could be a couple months, and I completely lose my gains. And then you realize in the long term that in order to build that dream body that you've always wanted, it will take time, but it requires consistency and discipline. And as you go through your fitness journey, the more times that you fail with this, it just drives you to become more consistent. And when you start seeing the results more consistently, you feel like you then have momentum, which will carry through and help you stay disciplined on that path. Number 3, I like specifically going to the gym, mainly because I found meeting a lot of divorced men to be very easy to do when you go there. You'd be surprised at how many divorced guys are working through their pain and their stresses by hitting the weights. And it's always great to connect with another divorced man, talk about, your journeys and support one another through friendship. And so building your tribe is something I'll talk about a little bit later on, but I find the gym specifically for us as divorced men is one of the great places where we can connect with others and also help each other and support each other on our journeys towards the best versions of ourselves. So fitness is definitely one area that you want to focus on. The second area that you want to focus on is your mental health. So developing your mental health. And one of the best ways that I've found to develop my own mental health is to really focus on hobbies, activities that I put aside for a very long time while I was with my ex. And it's stuff that I was passionate about that now I have the time and capacity to really hone in on and develop. And those 2 specific things for me were cooking as well as tennis. Cooking has always been a passion of mine. It's something that my mom taught me back when I was a 5-year-old. I was learning how to make rice and fry eggs, on top of a hot stove. Learned a lot of lessons about how to protect yourself from heat, but most importantly, how to provide for yourself as a man. One of the things that she always told me, and it always scared me into cooking, was, if you don't know how to cook for yourself, then who's gonna feed you when nobody's around later on in life? And that's so true. It's I think one of those things that isn't just the role of a female or a male. This is just part of being a human being and part of being an adult, being able to provide for yourself. And for me, cooking always reminds me of those wonderful times with my mom, but it also allows me to explore other cultures of countries that I can't travel to. So for example, like Thailand, India, Vietnam. I love cooking with those spices because it helps to immerse me in their culture, the flavors, the types of experiences that you can have with food, especially if you like spicy food. That's one of the things that really attracts me to those 3 different types of cuisines. But you get to learn a little bit more about the culture as well as the country itself, so that eventually when I do have the ability to travel, I'll already be familiar with some of the local dishes that they already consume. It's like traveling without traveling. So for me, I'm very passionate about food. I'm always doing research in terms of techniques, how we can continue improving my craft, which has also helped me find a new tribe. Again, I'm referencing a tribe again, but find a new tribe of foodies who love to eat, and is part of my group of friends that gets together every once in a while to do potlucks where we all cook and share food with one another. So food is a passion that has really helped with my mental health, as well as playing tennis. Again, this is something that I used to do growing up with my parents. We used to play every single weekend, but now it's something that I teach my kids. I bought a ball machine, a tennis ball machine, which my kids call a rocket launcher, and it just makes things a lot more fun, but it also ties into your physical wellness as well. So not only am I doing something that's helping me to stay fit, but I'm doing something that I'm passionate about, that I want to pass on to my kids, and that's also helping with my own mental health. The third part around mental health is surrounding yourself with like-minded people that love and care about you. This could be your family and friends, or this could be what is number 3, your tribe. So building your tribe can come in many different ways. It could be through people that you meet through doing your activities. It could be through sports. It could be through, going to the gym, as I mentioned earlier, about meeting divorced men. It could be through existing family and friends. Some of the best friends that you could ever meet are introduced by people who share similar values. And if that's family members and friends, that's awesome. But you want to build your tribe, because this is the group of people that will not only be there to listen and support you every step of the way, but again, life is always more fun when you share it with somebody else. I think that's why for a lot of us men, we are always trying to look for a woman in our life, especially after divorce, because you want someone that you can share that with. But meeting a life partner immediately after divorce or after divorce might not be really realistic at first, maybe down the road, but that doesn't mean that you don't share your life. It's still just as satisfying sharing, your passions, your hobbies, any activities that you like to do with friends or with your tribe who's also like-minded as well. It makes life a lot more fun. And if you focus on those 3 areas, not only will you have the physique that you want, you'll not only have the mental strength and capacity and clarity that you want, you'll also be very happy in life, because you now have a group of people that absolutely support you, that celebrate you and not tolerate you, and you'll feel like you're thriving again in life. So those are the 3 areas that you should be focusing on after divorce in order to thrive again. If you are going through this time period and you're at the start of your journey, know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that the light is possible as long as you focus on those 3 areas. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Have an awesome day. Peace out.